Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, it's going to be a 2v2 on Arctic Flowers, the latter edition, a mid-rank madness replay sent to SniperMonkey. Email address is in the description if you want me to cast your mid-rank madness replay. Just make sure it is gold, platinum, or diamond, and interesting in some way. And congratulations to whoever sent this in. I have no idea who that was. Top side, it's going to be a red Terran player, Just Too Much, and his blue Zerg teammate, Just Not Enough. I assume these guys are a team. And on the south side, we've got ourselves a kind of cerulean blue GoldenBoyOS Protoss, and then a purple Terran player. It is BaronCerveza. BaronCerveza. Cerveza means beard in Spanish, I believe. I do not speak Spanish. I know some words, but not enough to be fluent or even partially fluent. So here we go. Hatch first in here is Just Not Enough. Over here, why not here? I don't know. I guess you can't connect your bases with creep anyway, and I guess this is the opening, so maybe you can spread some creep and like throw up a couple spine crawlers if you're being rushed right there on Arctic Flowers. It looks like it's going to be a barracks here from BaronCerveza. Double gas opening. It's going to be Cyclones. Maybe it's going to be Battle Cruisers. Double gas here from GoldenBoyOS as well. Is that actually an operating system? That's what OS stands for, right? Reminds me of Temple OS, which is programmed by a dude with schizophrenia who died a couple of years ago. It's a weird and interesting story. I found a YouTube video about it, and I've been thinking about it ever since. So, no double gas here from Just Too Much. He's just got a barracks. He's not making anything with it. Okay, so I guess we're upgrading our command center to an orbital command. And still not making anything with his barracks. Extractor and pool not fully... There we go. Fully saturating the gas here now with that drone that just popped out. And the hatch is coming up. So, yeah. Factory. Double gas. Fully saturated here from BaronCerveza. And double... Okay, so double gateway cyber core off of one base with double gas. I guess mass stalker at this point. Just mass stalker. Maybe supported by a lot of siege tanks. I feel like that would be pretty powerful against a Terran and Zerg team. Okay, so we made one Marine. And it killed an SCV, so he's already paid for himself. This SCV is scouting from Just Too Much, and he's seeing everything that's going on, right? He's seeing the double gate. He's seeing the no expansion. He's seeing the double gas. He is seeing the starport as well. Check it out. He's dead now, but he saw the starport. So prepare for battle cruisers, I guess. Stalkers and battle cruisers. Interesting combination. That is my guess right now. Expanding inside his own main base here is Just Too Much, or at least building the command center there. And then full loading it down to that. And map makers have to be careful that these two bases in this situation are not close enough that the creep will prevent a base from being built here by a Protoss or a Terran teammate. Sometimes that is not the case. All right, starport, what are we going to do? You got a starport at 3 minutes and 10 seconds. You rushed it, and it's a Liberator, and you're supply blocked. Oh, no. So it's a Liberator. It is Stalkers. It's an Adept here as well. It's Marines. It's a tank. Okay, so just a little bit of a hodgepodge of everything here. Marines, tanks, Liberators, Stalkers, and Adepts. We got ourselves an Immortal here as well. So, yeah, just a very, very composition here from Team South, and they are planning an attack because they are not expanding. It's one base and one base here. This SCV is like, are you not going to expand? Seriously? All right, no third base for the Zerg unless you want to die. We got ourselves a spine crawler here. Oh, I guess looking out for some drops. Spore crawler here for Liberators. Got a Roach Warren. We've got a lair on the way from Just Not Enough. Just Too Much doesn't really have much going on, right? He's got a Marine. He's got a tank. He's kind of tanking up here. The creep is spreading. Like I said, just good for creep. For vision, you get little indication of attacks coming a little bit sooner. Some Lings tried to get in here, and they got murdered. But they saw what was going on, right? And so here we go. Man, I love this skin with the blue. Is this the Purifier skin with a blue color? The orange and the blue are just beautifully complementary. I talk about this all the time, but orange and blue together... It's the Denver Broncos color. They don't seem like they go together necessarily, but man, they look so good. It's like my new favorite color combination here, especially with that sentry on the ground with the big orange ball with the blue accents. Fancy. That color for the Purifiers is nice anyway with the orange. So it is going to be roaches. Glial Reconstitution's on the way. Got a roach here. Army value is just looking really heavy. It's about 1,100 for Team South and like 300 for Team North. So this should just be a quick, fast win, I think, from Team South. Hold the line. It was the name of this replay. We'll see if somebody can hold the line or not. All right, 2 siege tanks. Bunker gonna try to hold it out here. I don't know, man. Roaches not gonna do very well against the Immortal, the Stalker, or the siege tanks of purple here either. This is why I hate Roach in early game. They're good against things like a lot of Adepts or a lot of Zealots, but otherwise they're pretty bad. Liberator for BaronCerveza sets up. Tries to get that tank. And no, it didn't unsiege fast enough. Bam, tank down. Unsiege on that tank too. Or unsiege. Circle on that one too. Come on, come on. You can do it, man. I believe in you. With the Observer, they're sniping creep tumors too. That hurts so bad when you're a Zerg player. You like having the vision out here so you can see what's going on. And Widowmine plus Queen actually saves the tank. Just barely saves the tank. Widowmine, nicely done. It's dead now. You guys need to be reinforcing Golden Boy and BaronCerveza. And they are. They're bringing more tanks, more Immortals, more Marines across the map. Wandering in the Marines. They're trying to finish off the tank, but the repair on the tank is awesome. The Roaches are good against unupgraded Marines because these are unupgraded Marines. There are no upgrades on anything except for Roaches and Lings in this game. That's kind of nuts, I think. But hey, siege tanks don't need an upgrade, and they're pretty great the way that they are. Do you remember when siege tanks needed an upgrade before they could get into siege mode? And then all of these Terrans kept dying to Stalker all-ins, and StarCraft was like, all right, Terran needs the help. So free siege it was. Mortal goes in, absorbs the tank shots. That's what it's here to do, and then dies to regular Ravager attacks and more siege tank shots. These tanks need to move up when this is happening. They need to, like, creep up a little bit because they're sitting back here and they're containing a certain area, but they're not actually containing... Okay, Liberator gets a siege tank. This is not looking good. But it is 2 base and 2 base versus 1 base and 1 base for Team South. This is aggressive as it can possibly be. Trying to snipe an Overlord here with a Stalker, trying to kill a Queen. Tanks do siege up. Roach Ravager jumps on the tanks, snipes one of them out. There are 3 tanks remaining. They're getting massive hits. Crucible takes down a tank, though. The trades are here, but Team South is starting to roll in. Oh, that Immortal got obliterated. That Immortal just okay, gets a tank before he gets exploded. That's wonderful. Liberator, set up, set up. Liberators, come on. Liberators, set up somewhere. Go after drones. Go after this tank, too. Yes. Viking cannot save. Maybe 1, 2. And Stalker kills the tank as the Liberator goes down. This is insane. I kind of like Mass Ling here for the Zerg. Honestly, I do. Against unupgraded Marines and siege tanks and Stalkers, if you can get on top of this and surround it, you'll kill it with Lings, especially if they have an upgrade. But again, nobody has any upgrades. Okay, fine. Zerg player has Burrow. Zerg player is the only person going upgrades in this game. It's insane. But yeah, send your replays to SniperMonkey. He loves getting replays submitted by viewers like you. You can send them in. Subject mid-rank madness. Gold, platinum, or diamond. Lings trying to get in here, but the blink, and I guess that's an upgrade. We have blink. Yeah, okay. Lings are good. Don't roll in 4 Lings at a time. This is a 28 kill siege tank. This is a 7 kill siege tank. This is a 19 kill siege tank. BaronCerveza believes in the power of tanks, and I am with him on this. You move the tank up a little bit here, you can start maybe hitting some of those drones. Army value is 0 for just not enough. Not looking good for the Zerg player. Oh, just kidding. That's gas. Right. Army value is fairly even. There's a little bit more for GoldenBoyOS and BaronCerveza. Expanding behind it, GoldenBoyOS and BaronCerveza expanding too. So it's a little bit of a TVT here because there are Vikings on both sides. There are tanks on both sides. That tank needs to be so careful about where it hangs out. Oh my gosh. Okay, they can't hit each other. He's out of range. Is that a Nidus? Oh, Ling Nidus into the main base. Just not enough. Okay, I like this play by him. He's gonna. Okay, I don't know. The Twilight Council is what you need to be killing here exactly. There you go. They agree with me on that. They head up going after some SCVs, which are much better targets, I would have to say. Another Nidus coming up, but Immortal Stalker kills Nidus Worms, I mean, way before they can finish. Whole army comes back to deal with this. I guess the tanks and the Marines are there. Viking count is heftier for just too much here. This is a very crazy game. Another Nidus, same position. Do they not have vision on this? They totally have vision on this, but I can tell you, when a game like this is happening, paying attention to what's going on inside your main base is tough. It's a big ask to be really on top of it here. I don't really want Stalkers against this Ling stuff. Maybe unload some of the Lings before the Nidus Worm dies? No? Oh, okay, cool. All right. Thor comes in. Guess what's really good against Thors? Siege tanks are good against Thors. Mutas come in, and there's no real anti-air here. The Stalkers all went home to deal with the Nidus, and now there's no anti-air for the tanks. Oh my gosh. We've got our own Liberators now, dude. BaronCerveza. The Stalkers didn't need to all go home to deal with that Nidus. Warping some Zealots. Dude, make a cannon right here. Like, the whole army came home, and then there was no anti-air, and then Team North had air, and they crushed it. Third base getting planted up by just too much. Double expanding. It's got 2,000 minerals, but, oh, that might be a bit of an overreach here. Yeah, that's not happening. That's dead. Need a little bit of splash damage. Weird compositions here. Guardian Shield gets popped. Big fan of that upgrade always. Well, that spell anyway. Liberator gets sent down by Team Red. Mutas fighting. Stalker's not quite sure what they're doing here. Do we fight against the Hellbats or the Mutas? Or I don't know why we have Hellbats. What is Team South doing that Hellbats are going to be good against? Nothing. Absolutely nothing that Hellbats are good against. It's Stalkers. It's Immortals. It's like siege tanks and stuff. It's very strange play. But hey, Team North alive, getting a third base while they're at it. Is there another Nidus? Okay, reaction time from Team South is pretty good, actually. Stalkers coming in. Oh, never mind. I thought they were coming to the Nidus, but they decided not to instead, and they're going to let it finish, and it's never a good thing. Zerg player is expanding up the top left side a couple times. That's pretty cool. Okay. Well, that Nidus didn't do much either. I'm not sure these Niduses are paying for themselves, but they are keeping the attention on their own main base for Team South, which is good if you're trying to double expand, for example. Yeah, Muta-Ling. I haven't made Mutas in a while. They just die too easy to things like, well, Swarm Hosts. Swarm Hosts? What the heck was I talking about Swarm Hosts for? To things like Marines and things like Stalkers and things like Widow Mines and... Can he get this upgrade? It'd be pretty cool if he could, but he can't. Yeah, not even close. This cannon's going to kill all these Lings. They don't have any upgrades at all. They have +1 attack. I lied. And cannon. Good job, cannon. And is going to kill this Nidus Worm before it comes up, too. This cannon, MVP of the last 3 minutes. What a hero. I mean, just in case, Stalkers came to make sure that thing died. Thors. More and more Thors. Transformation servos coming in. Going mass Thor here. Just in case the enemy shows up with more Liberators. The Vikings are kind of a bad choice. They're not good against Mutas, and they're not good against things like, oh, I don't know, Thors either, because the Thors are on the ground, and Vikings are kind of bad. Although, Vikings do bonus damage versus mechanical, which Thors are. And therefore, if you're in a desperate situation, you can land Vikings in front of Thors, and they'll do pretty good damage against them. That bonus is nice. Third base, rolling up from GoldenBoyOS. The double expanding from just not enough. Looking good. He's got 2,000 minerals in the bank still. I think he needs to kind of get out of Lings and get into something else. And out of Mutas. Banelings are going to help. Lurkers would be way better than Mutalisks here, I think, as well. Once again, Mutas trade pretty well against Vikings, but Vikings are really bad against Lurks. So, everything's good. Viking. Unupgraded Marines hanging out here. Dude, BaronCerveza has no upgrades at all. He doesn't have an upgrade for the tanks. He doesn't have an upgrade for the Marines. He doesn't have an upgrade for the Liberators. It's nothing. His upgrade tab is 0, which means, probably wants to lose. Players that don't get any upgrades at all. I'm not saying you should have 3-3 right now because that's what Maru does. No, have 1-1. Just have 1-1. That's all. The only bar I have for you in a game like this. to have 1-1 for the tanks or 1-1 for the Marines. I don't even care which one you get. Not a really big enough Mutaflock to really concern anybody. It's 12. So he Nidus is here, and then he Muta attacks here. This cannon has killed so many of his friends. Gonna make sure it dies. Nicely done. And then everyone's distracted by that, and then the Nidus comes up over there. And then a bunch of wings come pouring out. There's nothing in the Nidus. Okay, yeah. Mutas are good against Vikings, but not when there are 2 Vikings per Mutalist. That doesn't work out very well for the Mutas, especially if they're at range, because Vikings have incredible range. So this is turning into a pretty crazy little game here. I gotta say, I'm enjoying it. The upgrades are just crushing for just too much. He's working on 3-3 for his mech. Once again, he's playing against people that have 1-1 for the Protoss and 0-0 for the Terran. For the Terran here. This is just ridiculous. Another base coming in here from BaronCerveza. It's a maxed out just too much right now. A maxed out just mech-style army with crushing upgrades. And BaronCerveza is casually at 0-0 on his tanks and his Marines. And his Vikings. And you can just A-move up this, I think. Yeah, here we go. Ling Lurker jumping in on this mess. Do Lurkers do friendly fire splash damage against your own teammates in StarCraft 2? I forget. It does in Brood War. Anyway, Blue Flame Hellbats. Sure, I don't know what they're here for exactly, but they kill SCVs real fast. Yeah, what a hold the line and then a comeback from Team North. Just upgrades, people. Upgrades. Trying to make carriers. Why would you build carriers against the Terran? Nobody builds carriers against Terran. It's a terrible idea. Okay, the Lurkers need to come up and deal with this. We have detection available, Team South, because if not, these Lurkers are going to ruin you. We can figure this out. We can figure this out with the Lurkers. If the Lurker spines are harming... Somebody come up close enough to get hit by a Lurker spine without getting killed by the tanks. Darn it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Jumping on top of those tanks. Delicious. He doesn't have Adrenal, but +1 is fine. At this, again, not going to complain too much about it. Where did the Lurkers all go? They just walk in... GG! Hold on a second. I heard of them. There they are. They go into the Nidus, and then he put them out somewhere else? But GG, Team North gets the win. Way to go, just too much and just not enough. Good teamwork, boys. Or girls. I don't know what gender y'all are, and it doesn't matter. So the Lurkers burrow in. But again, they're not attacking. Oh, wait. Ah, Lurker spawns are not happening. Okay, fine. I guess we'll figure it out at some point. But GG. That's what we're talking about. That was a ton of fun. Wow. Yeah, remember that that army value difference when Team South showed up at Team North's base, and it was like 3-1? It was massive. But at the end of the day, they held. They macroed pretty well. They had some good unit compositions. Right, they were in danger there for a while. I think a couple tanks set up here, a couple Liberators set up here, kind of ruined the second base economy for just not enough. Things go poorly for him. But the Nidus was the turning point. They Nidus back home. All the Stalkers at the front went home to deal with the Nidus, and then there was no anti-air, and then the tanks all died, and the Liberators had a great time, and the Mutas were very happy too. It's a really fun frame of animation. It looks like there's just fireworks. Like we're just celebrating fireworks. And no, this is actually the final frame of animation for the death of a Nexus. That's actually what that is. Oh boy. So that was fun. That was a ton of fun. Way to go. Way to go, Idaho. Team North getting that win. Fun mid-rank madness game for your Wednesday. And bam, that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
The path of ascension is